What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we have some new information on Easter eggs that did occur when Game Informer were actually playing this game. And what's super cool about this is, of course, these are not all of the Easter eggs in the game. These are just the very slightest, and that simple reason alone it gets you super stoked up because they're super cool, more or less in a nutshell. But before I do continue further into the video, I want to get you guys' opinions in terms of Easter eggs. What do you really want to see? If you had kind of like one thing you'd really want to see play out in the game as an Easter egg, whether it come out in like a random event or simply as you're web swinging around New York City, what do you want it to be? Go ahead and leave your craziest ideas in the comment section below, because the ones that do get the most thumbs up are going to be featured in the next video. Now, diving straight into the first Easter egg that Game Informer did mention. Of course, it's the most discussed on the internet. You guys probably know what I'm about to say. It is about the Avengers Tower. Now, they did ask Insomniac Games, it's a writer who goes by the name John, about how far this Spider-Man story would stretch beyond the realm of Spider-Man's world. Now, he replied by saying, "We are firmly planted in the Spider-Verse with the characters you are familiar with all of the Spider-Man stories and Peter's stories." Now, of course, you simply do not want to ignore the main core thing, which is about the Avengers Tower, and he replied back by saying, "We don't know if these locations will play into the story in a meaningful way, but we can absolutely confirm that the Avengers Tower, complete with the giant A on the side and Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum and the Wakandan Embassy from Black Panther, are all present in the game." So hey, all of these little things are super cool, and it's just, it really makes you think. I say this all the time, I bring this up, but how this could honestly play a big role in the game, more or less. Now, going on to the next Easter egg, coming from the man himself, Stan Lee Excelsior. So this is another Easter egg in the game. They did say it actually appears on the license plates in one of the vehicles in the game, and pretty much how video games work, when there's one license plate, it kind of like duplicates to every single vehicle. So we don't know if that's gonna be like the only Stan Lee appearance, I guess you could say, or Easter egg, or if he genuinely will make one of his little random appearances like he does in trailers and so forth. I can see it happening. I would be very surprised if it wasn't the case, but how do you guys think he could pop up in the game as well? Get in the comment section below. Now, another interesting thing, and I'm pretty sure this was picked up way back when this screenshot, I guess, was released, it is about the Crusher Hogan versus the Spider. Now, in the corner of Peter's apartment, there is a poster highlighting his early Spider-Man shenanigans from 2010. Now, Peter is dressed in what is possibly the first ever Spider-Man suit of his, and he wrestled and defeated Joe, aka the Crusher Hogan, for money. So, in the comments, as Game Informer did say, Hogan really goes full on villain, but his life is affected by that early fight with Spider-Man. Additionally, we are betting that the suit featured in the poster will be available as an unlockable. So, again, when you go into like suit customization and whatnot, all of these little things are going to be great. I mean, swinging around in the first ever like Spider-Man suit is just legendary alone. That is going to be so badass looking. Now, there are also appearances of Fisker's construction signs everywhere, which, as again Game Informer do say, is not surprising considering that Wilson Kingpin Fisk is a major antagonist in the game, and he has his hands in a number of different businesses in Spider-Man's New York, including construction. They did say again that, you know, Wilson, Kingpin Fisk, Martin, Mr. Negative, Ali, and Herman Shocker are all in Spider-Man, but the game's opening cutscene offers hints for a few other villains in the game. Now, As the camera pans around Peter's apartment, it slowly pans past a wall of newspaper articles calling out Scorpion, Rhino, and Vulture, complete with photographs. Now, it does imply that, you know, Peter saved these articles kind of as like a, I guess like a memorabilia, if you will, kind of like a trophy as well, for putting these villains behind the bars, but it is so possible that you may just come into one, well, I guess face to face with one of them at one stage in the game. Maybe it might not be the case at all, it simply might just be a very plain Easter egg. Just the fact of thinking that that could be a possibility is just gonna be super cool. Honestly, I would like to see that, to be completely honest with you. And again, it can really just escalate super quick and, I don't know, somehow interlink with other Easter eggs in the game. It really could. It would be great. Get in the comment section below and leave your thoughts on that. Now, moving on to the last two Easter eggs, at least that are of my interest anyway, is the Empire State University posters. So they said we saw ESU signs all over the place while exploring the city. It's the college Peter attended, and in the timeline of the game, the one from which he recently graduated. Now, ESU has been in the Marvel series or universe since its introduction in 1965 and has been the host to all kinds of Marvel characters other than Spider-Man, like members of the Fantastic Four at different times, but Game Informer did say that they doubt any of them will actually make an appearance in the game again. As cool as it does sound, the chances are very slim. Now, last but not least, we got Norman Osborn, basically re-election posters. So in Spider-Man's story, Norman Osborn was elected mayor before the events of the game, and during the few weeks of October during which the game takes place, he is running for re-election, and we saw campaign posters for his bid everywhere. So these Easter eggs alone, bearing in mind how much Game Informer got to play of the game, really are intriguing, and it really just makes you again think of all the other possibilities that are genuinely in the game. And especially when you look at like the I guess like the last final two things I mentioned, so re-election posters, the Empire State University posters, all of these little different things. I mean, going on to like the life in New York City, the memorabilia, I guess you could say, and all of those little cool things really are gonna have just such a big impact on the game's atmosphere in general. There's gonna be like these random events going on, and you're gonna remember some, you're probably not gonna remember some, but the fact that it's gonna bring the world a whole lot more to life is gonna be super cool. But those are some of the Easter eggs that Game Informer did mention. I want you guys to get in the comment section below and let me know again, what Easter eggs would you personally like to see in the game, and if you had the option of choosing random events as to where Avengers Towers and whatnot can actually play into the game, how would you want to see it, I guess, start? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and like I said, the best ones will get featured in the next video. But that's gonna wrap up this one here. Subscribe for more awesome content if you have not already. Have an awesome day, and until the next one, adios amigos.